We have two big updates. GPT 5.6 Pro just leaked and there is a way you can access it right now. And what we have seen so far, it pretty much matches the Mythos level capabilities, creating all those incredible one-prompt stunners. The model is anticipated to release this week and we discuss the exact launch date as well. And this is not all. There is a big news coming from Anthropic hinting to a new flagship model launch. Now, could it be Sonnet 5 or Mythos 5.1? That we'll see as well. Let's get straight into these mega updates. We are extremely close to GPT 5.6 launch. OpenAI is running massive A/B testing across the arena and inside ChatGPT itself, with two separate checkpoints showing up in testing. Now, if you have a Pro account, there is a way to actually test this right now. Go into ChatGPT, select GPT 5.5, set it to Pro mode, and type a prompt like "Create me a landing page." You will get one of two things back: either a standard GPT 5.5 Pro generation or a checkpoint version of the new model. That checkpoint is GPT 5.6 being stealth tested live. OpenAI appears to have chosen the Kindle Alpha checkpoint as its release candidate, not the Kepler Alpha version that many people believed was the stronger one. So there is a chance that the model that is shipped may not be the most capable version they have internally. Now this is where it gets really interesting, what the specs tell us. The new model reportedly has a juice value, which is the reasoning effort budget, of 960. GPT 5.5 was listed at 768. That jump suggests GPT 5.6 can think longer, plan deeper, and handle more complex agentic tasks before returning an answer. The knowledge cutoff has also moved forward to December 2025, up from August 2025 on earlier versions. But the biggest change is not the reasoning budget, it is the tool integration, and that is the part most people are underestimating. Playwright appears to be integrated directly into the model along with built-in browser use. That means GPT 5.6 Pro is not just a better text generator, it is being built for real-world agent workflows. Web automation, testing, research, and coding tasks that require the model to actually navigate and operate things rather than just describe them. That is the foundation. But the specs do not really tell us what a model feels like to use. The demos do. And this is where it got genuinely surprising. Which is up next? Well, the anticipated launch date for GPT 5.6 is this Thursday, June 25th, which is remarkably soon. And here is an interesting wrinkle. I want to organize this by what actually impressed me versus what still needs caveats, because mixing them together is how hype gets out of control. Starting with Voxel and 3D generation, because this is where GPT 5.6 genuinely shines. The model generated a voxel rocket in about 30 minutes that came complete with a launch mechanism, dynamic follow cameras, visual effects, and procedurally generated sound effects. And the thing that stood out was not any single element, it was the cohesiveness. The visuals, the physics, the camera work, the audio, and the presentation all felt designed to work together rather than stitched together piece by piece. It also produced voxel art of on-norm from Cut the Rope with proper ambience and even a blinking animation. For 3D spatial generation, this model is strong, and that is just the 3D side. What it did with a full game in a single file is where I started paying closer attention. GPT 5.6 Pro generated an entire Sims clone in one shot in a single HTML file, not a static mockup, a working simulation with autonomous AI characters that have needs and emotions, careers that earn money, relationships, social interactions, random events, and weather changes all progressing simultaneously. You can build houses, assign careers, and watch the simulation run on its own. It is not picture perfect, but the fact that it captured that many interacting systems from a single prompt is a real signal of how well it handles complex, multi-component builds. The Minecraft clone was also strong. A full village with villagers, different mobs, torches that emit light, break animations, ores, and even a cave system you can dig down into. The tester ranked it second only to Fable 5's Minecraft generation, which is high praise given what Fable was producing. The one gap was the crafting system. Unlike Fable, it did not build out the full tool crafting mechanics, but the core sandbox gameplay worked, including taking damage when you fall into lava. And then there is SVG, where something interesting is happening. GPT 5.6 Pro was asked to recreate a Windows 11 operating system entirely in SVG, and it nailed almost all the components accurately. The tester said this genuinely beats Fable 5 in SVG generation, and that GPT is reaching a point where it may become the single best model for SVG code specifically. So that is the strong side. But before anyone declares this a complete Fable replacement, there is a more complicated picture on the front-end design side that we must know. Let's have a look. And as we move to the most crucial portion of the video, just hit that like button and press the lonely subscribe button as well. Although it is a bit too early to make a final decision, but this is really important to know. On front-end design, GPT 5.6 is dramatically better than GPT 5.5. That part is true. It generated a SpaceX clone with strong visual hierarchy, polished UI, scroll triggers, and the production quality you would expect from a real landing page. OpenAI clearly worked hard to strip out that recognizable generic GPT look that used to show up in every front-end generation, and the improvement is visible. But here is the honest part. That SpaceX clone only came out that well because it was given a detailed, specific prompt. In general, everyday prompting, the model still could pull outdated packages, and the output sometimes is not at the level you would expect from a true Mythos class model. And on pure design taste, it is still behind Opus by a meaningful margin. The tester was direct about this. GPT 5.6 is exceptional at front-end now, but the taste is not at Opus quality, and Opus still wins clearly on design sensibility. There is also a speed and cost trade-off. GPT 5.6 is more token efficient than the alternatives, which is good, but it takes longer to produce its output. So you are trading wait time for efficiency, and depending on your workflow, that may or may not be worth it. And this is the nuance that most of the GPT 5.6 beats Fable videos are skipping, because it changes how you should actually think about this model. Beating Fable 5 on SVG generation or matching it on a Voxel rocket is not the same as matching Fable across every category. Fable 5's real strength was long horizon autonomous work, running for hours, self-verifying, holding a complex project together without losing the thread. And as of now, nothing in these leaks demonstrates that specific capability. Yes, GPT 5.6 is genuinely closing the gap on specific generation tasks, but it is not yet proven on the sustained autonomous work that made Fable feel like a totally different category. And this brings us to something equally crucial, a new flagship model launch from Anthropic. Here it is. Here is the part that makes the next 2 weeks genuinely unpredictable. While everyone is watching GPT 5.6, Anthropic seems to drop something new of its own. Here is a quick recap on the timeline so this makes sense. Fable 5 and Mythos 5 launched on June 9th, the same underlying model, with Fable being the public version and Mythos reserved for Project Glasswing. Then on June 12th, the US government took it down over national security concerns. And now, just days later, the rumors are stacking up that a new Anthropic model is close. Two specific signals showed up. First, a Claude Sonnet 5 slug was spotted on a partner provider. People noted that the exact same pattern happened back in February when a spotted slug preceded the Sonnet 4.6 release. Second, and more significant, the AI reporter Andrew Curran posted that a new, more capable version of Mythos has emerged from training. Nobody knows yet whether it will be called Mythos 5.1, Mythos 6, or whether Anthropic will keep it internal to accelerate its own further development. And honestly, this makes strategic sense. Fable 5 got pulled. Anthropic is reportedly negotiating in Washington to bring it back. But if they cannot get their flagship back online quickly, why not finish and ship a new one instead? Now the important caveat, none of this is confirmed. There is no Claude Sonnet 5 on the official site, no Mythos 5.1, no Mythos 6 listed anywhere official. These are credible rumors from credible reporters, but they are still rumors. And there is a real question of tier. If the new model is Sonnet 5, it sits well below the Mythos tier, which means it would not approach Fable 5's capability. But if it is genuinely Mythos 5.1 or 6, then we could be looking at something extremely powerful, possibly landing in the same week as GPT 5.6. And if both these giants get shipped in the same week, it is going to be one of the biggest model weeks of the entire year. Before we wrap up, there are a few things I want to be straight about, because there is a lot of hype circulating and some of it deserves pushback. And I say this knowing it might frustrate some of the OpenAI fans watching, but I do not pick favorites. I describe the facts. First, GPT 5.6 is not officially released. Everything here comes from leaked checkpoints and stealth testing inside ChatGPT. The June 25th date is a rumor, not an OpenAI announcement. The model could ship as leaked, or it could be tuned, throttled, or delayed. And remember, the checkpoint being tested is reportedly Kindle Alpha, possibly the weaker of the two versions, so the shipped model could differ from the demos either way. Second, on the Mythos 5 level framing in the title and the hype. GPT 5.6 matches or beats Fable on specific tasks like SVG and certain 3D generations. That is real. But it is still behind Opus on design taste, still pulls outdated packages on general prompts, and has not demonstrated Fable's long horizon autonomous capability at all. Matching the best model on a Voxel rocket is not the same as matching it across the full range of real work. Third, the demos circulating are individual user generations, often with detailed prompts and multiple attempts behind the scenes that you do not see. Treat them as a directional signal of capability, not as guaranteed output you will get on your first try. And fourth, on the Anthropic rumor, I will repeat it clearly. A spotted model slug and a reporter's post are not a launch. The Claude Sonnet 5 and new Mythos talk is unconfirmed. It is worth watching. It is not worth treating as fact yet. By the way, what is your opinion on these updates? Have you tried the GPT 5.6 prototype, or are you waiting for the finished product to be launched? And which is actually your favorite AI? Share your opinion in the comments. Subscribe to my channel and never miss any crucial AI update. I'll see you in the next one with the actual model launch.